Morning world, and welcome to Sunday the 12th of April, otherwise known as Easter Sunday. Morning ladies, could some of you like pop soon? You know, because I'd like to kind of get you out of here and over there. Yeah, okay, and then maybe we can get you to another farm where there's some real grass. That'd be nice. They don't seem to be much of a hurry. It's coming. Oh, I'd like to be able to start this video with a bit of an apology. I said I'd like to. One or two of you were a bit offended by my footwear today, the Crocs. So I could apologise for showing you my feet in Crocs. Or anything that I wouldn't mean it. I wear them sometimes, and you know, they're comfy. And actually, that pair of Crocs has been with me for 8 years. They've been to Italy and back twice. And, you know, seen a bit of the world. So, yeah, I wear Crocs occasionally. It's like Marmite, innit? You either love them or you hate them. So, I like them. Anyway, right, feed sheet. Right, no knocking me over. I'll stay happy for a minute, right? We're going to go and lay our hands on. That's a skinny one. Note the mark down her back. Yeah. So she's not too bad. She's not too bad. She's lost some condition. She is still very, very thin. So we got to keep an eye on that one. But while she's grubbing, they got plenty of food. They got their mineral bucket or the tooth loosener. So this is what we get from Moor Valley, and they're on the super high stuff. So this is, you know, it's not quite rocket fuel for sheep, but it certainly keeps their energy levels up, and it gives them something to do. Everybody all right in here? Everybody's all right in here. No one pretending to be dead today. Those of you that follow my Instagram may have seen the short video the other day when I came down and there was a calf flat out in here, and I thought the little bugger was dead. And it wasn't until I opened the door that he jumped up. He does it. He lies in there. It's nearly always in the same place now, and he's just flat out. And you think he snuffed it, and then you open the door and he goes. Ah. Right, it looks like they want a bale there, so let's go and have a look at that. Yep, you need a new bale. Right, they can't have run out for too long, because if they were hungry, they would be bellowing. So, it's like my halo. So, we might as well. I haven't got Crocs on this morning. I have got almost safety shoes and socks on. So, apparently I look dead sexy in these, according to my wife indoors. Okay, so you want your breakfast? You have to go in. No, of course I don't walk through the house with these shoes on as well afterwards. Nope. I always take them off before I go in. I'm a very thoughtful husband that way. Never walk through the house with shitty shoes on. No farmers do that. Dear fellas. Go up. In you go. Go on. Go on. In you go. In. I saw that. Right, what be long. Shall we? I noticed, I mentioned the other day that I got a crack in the screen of this. I'm hoping the crack is only in the little protective lens cover I put over it, not the actual lens itself. I've ordered a new one, but we won't know for sure until I take this cover off if it's just the really thin protective cover that's cracked or the actual lens. Hopefully it's not the actual lens, because if it is, I have to send this camera off for repair, which would be a ball ache. But you might have to have videos with my old GoPro 3, which is still better than nothing, I suppose. So, right, got the right implement on. A couple of you have asked about a driving lesson in the Mustang on how this thing operates and how I do it. I will look at doing that, but the mounting points for the camera and actually how I drive this thing with the pedals, because all the buckets, everything on the arms of the bucket is operated with my feet, and I just steer it with my hands, and I have an auxiliary which I can lock and unlock on this that for this chap. So yeah, I will look at doing something with the skid steer. If enough of you are interested, I'll make a video on it, but it will be difficult to do and make it understandable. Anyway. Smells nice, I guess. So with bales of haylage, it can be a little bit hit and miss sometimes. Sometimes you'll take a bale out and you'll unwrap it and you'll go, yeah, they ain't gonna really enjoy that. And then other times you'll get one like this out and you know that probably by tomorrow it's all gonna be gone. So a bit of news coming up. Some of you already know about it, those of you who've been following us for a while. We've had to make a new purchase for the farm, another piece of equipment. Something that we were intending to buy anyway, but it wasn't planned until next year. But I just got to sort out transferring some funds, and then in the next week or so we've got a 25-mile trip with the tractor to go and fetch it. So, hello mate, what do you reckon? No, you can't lick it. I know you want to. Itching to lick it, ain't you? So, that's a good looking Dexter. Anyone else? Done? Oh, you bloody start. Look, I'm trying to talk here. Shh. Noisy. God. Where's my doors? Just. Anyway, yeah. We'll be doing some beef packs soon, so those of you who follow us and want a beef pack, keep an eye on the Facebook page. I'll be posting that up shortly. Provided we can do at least 7 packs. I'm aware that a lot of people are counting the pennies for a minute, and our beef packs aren't cheap. But if enough people want it, I will do one. So, one less to feed. Besides, there are a couple that are getting towards their age limits, so I kind of have to anyway. Right, girls, you've had it. You can't have any more. No. Oh, I haven't picked that. I'm going to pick that net up now. Lots of people have been thanking me for doing the daily vlogs. It's quite tough actually, trying to find enough stuff to fill half an hour of interest. At the moment, it's kind of not an awful lot going on, so I'm dithering, should we say, just to do half an hour of stuff. So as long as you don't mind me dithering and treading water while I can't do anything else, I'll continue doing it. I'll try and keep it interesting. So, didn't put that chain on either, so right. Like I mentioned in a previous video, these are what are classed as field gates. They're not yard gates. So a yard gate can be the same dimensions, but it's made out of thicker steel. It's just a heavier gauge gate. Field gates don't tend to come under pressure from cattle, as in cattle leaning against them and pushing against it. It's just a barrier. So as far as gates concerned, this is a 15-foot field gate, which is reasonably flimsy. So if they were balling around in here and larking about and somebody hit this gate, there's enough flex in it that it could pop the bolt, which is why I put chains on everything, because they might pop the bolt but they won't open the gate. And for £6 on, no, all right, it's just lots of £6 because they're all over the place. That bit of peace of mind is knowing that that beast or none of those animals are going to get out. It's just something else that helps you sleep at night. In the morning they're going to be where you left them last night. They all want to be outside. I know I keep saying it, but it is true. They want to be outside. But until we've actually got our grass growing, and we're supposed to get a bit of rain tonight, so maybe that'll wash the nitram in and get us going. Until the grass starts growing, I need the grass to get above the moss and start killing that moss off before I put the cattle out. If I put the cattle out too soon and they stay in front of the growth of the grass, I'll never get rid of the moss. It will always be there. So they've got to stay in. They're not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. But at the moment we've got plenty of last year's haylage left to keep them in for another few weeks. Worst comes to worst, we got some of the year before's, which are the bales are all still solid. It's not quite as sweet, but you know, I have got enough feed to keep them in. And with haylage, kind of, you don't really want to keep it more than a year. Silage will last better than haylage. So, no, I've got another 3 weeks there at least. They won't be happy about it, but you know, we got our TB test coming up May 18th, so it might be a choice of they've got to stay in right up till then, because if I let them out at the beginning of May, they're not going to want to come back in again. And for those 18 days, I might kick myself if I let them out. Those of you that keep cattle will understand. Once they're out, they won't want to come back in. And who can blame them? Oh yeah. This is the usual greeting when I come in. Hello, Daddy. Daddy, I want a bit of fuss. I want you to tickle my tummy so I can growl at you. Innit? Hey? Innit? Okay. Or play. Got my grass cut yesterday. I did it with the ransoms again because it makes such a better, well, it makes a really good job of it, so I got it, I might as well use it, haven't I? What's going on here? Right, after the shenanigans of trying to get you buggers into bed last night, dug that back out. I knocked that out with the mower yesterday and put it back in again, and I think one of the dogs decided to pull it back out. So, you're okay for water. You lot are staying in there for a bit. So the ducks haven't quite got it sussed of that's where their home is for the time being. So, but there's 2 eggs in there now, so she is at least laying. At least we're going to pick up the eggs. That's one thing, we're keeping them in here. The crows aren't taking the eggs. But I just got to shut them in for a bit. You're staying in there. I'll give it some more. There's no point giving it too much to begin with because it goes hard in this dry weather. I think actually Mrs. P threw some biscuits out. I thought it was a shame to put them to waste. So, secret stash. They're all hard and crispy still, so what's the date on there? Right. I can't actually see an eat by date, so as far as I'm concerned, it's not on there. I can still eat them. Don't tell Mrs. P. Right, boys and girls. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Should be 15 in there. I'm assuming one sat down somewhere. There she is. That probably means there's some goose fruit in there. So we might go and see if we can grab that now. You know, being as I got all my protective gear on. Stay there. Geese tend to get a bit aggravated when you steal their eggs. I don't understand, you know, what it's all about. There's no gratitude that, you know, I'm feeding them, trying to keep them safe, anything like that. And all I ask in return is the occasional egg. They just get all antsy about it. Usually ends up with a scrap. Well, I'm going to get away with it, I think. What have we got in here? It's a bit dark in here, you might not see it. Anything? Oh, fruit. More fruit. Just the 2. What do you mean? Mine. I paid for them. Go make some more. Right. Omelette, or maybe Easter baking. A funny smell around here. I don't know what that is. Well, looks like the Turk has got his appetite back, which is good news. He's eating again. That duck is not happy about being shut in there. I'll let her out later, if I feel like it, after the chase round yesterday. Not at all.
It's worse, I'm not boring.
You have your moments.
I have my moments. You're not very nice to me. Why do I bother ringing you every day?
Well, at the moment you're very boring because you're not here.
I'm boring because I'm not there.
You're not here, so I've got no one to aggravate.
True. I'm really worried the next time I see you, it's gonna just like, you're gonna explode with just being irritating because you've had no one.
I've got all this pent-up energy.
Yeah, no.
And you should just feel, you know, so lucky that I'm saving a lot of it for you.
That's only because the other guys don't, you know, like if you're irritating, they just tell you where to go, whereas me, I can't help but giggle, which isn't fair.
I think it's very fair.
No.
Yeah.
It's a flaw in my design. I just find it funny.
Well, I don't think it's a flaw. I think it's rather endearing.
That's only because it's entertaining to you.
Yeah. Anyway, no more lambs. They're all fit to burst down there.
Yeah.
Everything out in the field's happy. There's kind of no news really. Nothing's really going on.
Have you had any sheep lamb marathons yet?
Oh yeah, there's marathons. Well, racing going on around the field. Thing is, every time I go out,
I missed that.
we had the neighbours ring up yesterday.
Yeah.
Carol from next door. She rang up. She said, 3 of your lambs are out, Ian. I said, what do you mean they're out? She goes, well, they've gone through the fence and they're here by us. I said, so they've gone through the electric fence? Yes. And I said, have they got numbers 2 and 1 on their back? She goes, hang on. And she goes, yeah, how did you know that? And I said, they're pet lambs, Carol. I said, you've walked out and gone to the fence. And I said, they've just run up to you. I said, if they could get through that fence, they'd be round your feet knocking you over. Oh, she goes, they're sweet and they're lovely and blah blah blah. I said, you don't want them on your side of the fence. They'll knock you flying. So
You're very aggressive about this whole thing. I think they're very sweet.
I think they'll be lovely with a bit of mint sauce and some onion sauce and gravy and potatoes.
Oh, you missed it. So we had another barbecue last night, right?
Yeah.
And we had sausages.
Yeah.
And I did so the end thing was a pitta full of like peppers, onions, radishes, tomatoes, lettuce with sausages in a pitta.
See, I can give or take a pitta. I'd rather just have a piece of toast.
Yeah, but it was quite nice to have it in like
some foreign stuff.
Like a roll, like have it differently.
Yeah, have it in a roll. Yeah.
Yeah, but we only had one crusty roll left.
Well, I'd have had that then.
Well, I know you would have had it.
I'd have had that. Yeah, that one over there's got my name on it.
Well, it was a pack of 4, and I've already had 2, and Henry's only had 1. So in theory, that last one is his.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but no, the pizzas were lovely last night, and the sausages, nom 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 nom.
Right. Okay.
I tell you what, I've been the one doing the barbecue. So I've been the one.
You've been one doing the barbecue. That's a man's job.
No, I mean as in like I've lit it and got it all going. All Henry's done is sat there and when the meat's on, started doing the meat bit. But I've done everything.
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah, that's misogynistically correct.
I've been very proud of myself because I've actually lit it.
Yes.
And it's stayed lit.
Yeah.
And it's worked.
And Henry hasn't let you burn his sausage.
No.
Yes. Well, that's all right. That's wisdom. That is.
Yeah. I was quite proud of myself. I did very well.
Oh, good. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased to. Yeah. So, did you catch have you watched the video with your bit of conversation on the telephone?
No, I haven't watched it yet. No. I will though.
Yeah, that's all right. It could end up being a daily thing if the camera's around.
Are you recording now?
I might be.
Am I on speaker?
You might be.
He's recording me. He's got me on speaker.
Yeah. What?
Oh, he's just shouting gay at you.
He shouted gay at me.
Gay.
He knows it takes one to know one.
You're going to be sent out in a minute because I'm cleaning now. So.
Oh, I'm going to be thrown out in a minute because
you're thrown out because she's cleaning.
Mother wants to do the floor. So.
To be fair, I have kicked Henry out a little bit today as well.
Well, it's Sunday morning. That is, Dad get out for 2 hours when Mum washes the floor. So.
Well, I'm in the midst bits of cleaning. I'm just waiting for my washing machine to finish.
All right. I've been given me marching orders. I've got to get out. So.
So what are you going to do? Just go sit in the garden?
No, I'm going to drink my cup of tea. Yeah, then probably go and sit in the garden. Actually.
No. Yes.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my. No, I'm going to open the door first. So.
So I've got my cup of tea as well, actually.
Have
so
you?
Is that we're having a cup of tea together, Dad?
Well, 2 people have mentioned that I've missed you.
Well, that's because I'm bloody lovely.
Yeah, the other 20,500 and whatever it is. No, 20,100 and whatever it is. Don't care.
They're glad I'm gone.
They're glad you're gone. Yes, because you're a gobby little madam and you should be shut up. So.
Excuse me, I'm not gobby. I speak the truth, thank you.
Are you female?
No.
Okay, so you're not.
No, I have a penis.
And Henry calls me gay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just said to Dad, Henry, I've got a penis, and he just goes, Henry calls me gay.
Well, that was cold.
God.
Oh.
So, how's your Easter weekend been overall?
So far, pretty boring actually.
I know, Henry's starting to get bored as well, because he's been in the house pretty much for 2 weeks.
Well, Mikey said to me yesterday, he said, is there anything down the farm that wants doing? He said, we've been in isolation for whatever weeks. He said, I'm going stir crazy.
Who said that?
Mikey.
Oh, right.
So I said, well, I have got a couple of gate posts to put in. I want to hang a gate. I said, maybe you can come down and dig a hole for me. So as long as you...
Yeah.
And because it would be at least a 12-foot gate, that means that we can have, if I dig one hole and he digs the other, we can maintain our social distancing.
Yeah, which is fine, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
So...
not only that, I'll have a longer handle on my spade, so if he gets too close, I can twat him with it and get back.
Get back.
Get back.
Be like you and your shitty stick.
Yeah. You pokey shitty stick. It's got to be at least 2 meters long. Then get back. Yep, chair's coming apart. So.
Which chair's coming apart?
I sat in one of the big green high back chairs at the back, and it seems to be. I mean, they are 10, 12 years old.
Yeah, we were looking at buying some garden furniture, hoping that, there's no urgency for it to arrive because it'd be quite a big thing.
Well, it'd be dear now because everybody'd be buying it. So right now, I think garden furniture will be expensive.
Exactly, that's the other thing. We're waiting till maybe after all of this.
Yeah.
But I have been looking at...
I thought Henry was going to make some out of some pallets.
No, I've told him he can't make me garden furniture. I don't want him to make me garden furniture.
That's very ungrateful of you. You'd rather sit on the floor and talk to the ants, would you?
No, I'd rather buy proper lasting furniture.
No reason why a bench shouldn't last for ages.
No.
Why not?
No.
We got hardwood pallets down here. They're made out of beech. They'll last for years.
Yeah.
Give him something to do.
He says it's also a good idea, but I'm disagreeing with both of you.
What? I think two.
He said, if you cut a bit of that monkey puzzle off, that'd be a lovely long table.
You can have a piece of that if you want. In fact, I've got.
He says we can have a piece if we want. Oh, I don't know. I just want proper furniture.
Yeah, but I
don't want Henry to make it. He just told me to go away.
Can you hear me?
No, I can put you on speaker if you'd like, but we are sat in the garden.
Oh, right. Well, tell Henry there's probably a 5 foot by 3 foot piece of monkey puzzle down here. I've got to cut it off because I got a job for it, but the offcut will be about 5 foot long, and it's best part of 3 foot wide, and it's probably 2.5 inches thick.
Dad says that he's got a bit of monkey puzzle that he's got to have a bit off of it, but he said what will be left will be 5 foot long by 3 foot and about, what was it, 2 inches?
2.5 inches thick.
2.5 inches wide?
Thick.
Thick.
Yeah. Oh. Your mother's being facetious.
Why? What's Mum done?
She said, tell Henry it's worth 500 quid. He'll be here in 5 minutes. Yeah, you have to work out what your use of the garden. You have to work out what your use of the garden is.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if it goes there, it's not going to be stupid. It's not going to take up a huge amount of the garden,
Yeah.
and it's not going to really be a pain in the ass. Because even though we say, yeah, okay, we don't use the other side of the garden as much, we can use it.
I know.
So you're not actually missing out.
I think we should change the subject. I think we should talk about something more interesting, like me.
Hey, no, this is interesting.
That's nice. That's boring.
I spoke to Nanny about my garden yesterday, and she wasn't like this. You're just a horrible shit, aren't you?
Yeah, nothing a bit of tissue paper won't sort out. So. Yeah. So. Well, I think we're cake making this afternoon.
Oh, see, now Henry really, really wanted me to make him a cake this afternoon.
Well, make him a cake.
No, because he's realised he hasn't lost as much weight as he thought he was going to, so he was like, we can't make cake. Because I did say to him, Dad, I haven't had roasted potatoes in 4 weeks.
Bloody hell, I'd be getting withdrawal symptoms for that.
I know, I rang Nan and I said to her, I need to come back to you, I need roast potatoes.
I think we're having roast potatoes today.
Well, no, it's a case of I could in theory make myself roast potatoes, but then I've got to do 2 different types of potato. I can't be asked for that.
Well, then that's your problem, isn't it? If you can't be asked, you can't complain.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, but nothing.
I would literally be doing like 3-4 slices of potato, which doesn't seem worth it.
Why not? Can you not just boil some potatoes and then take a few out and stick them in with the roast fat? That's how easy it is. It's not hard, is it? Boil a few extras, get them fluffy, and just bang them straight in the tin with the roast.
Yes, I know all of this, but also it's just I can't be arsed, Dad.
It takes seconds, you idle bugger.
I know.
Can't be arsed. That's no attitude, is it? Can't be arsed.
And besides, if it's in front of him, he just looks at me with puppy eyes.
Does he?
Yeah.
Well, you just got to remind him that you're doing him a favour. You're taking one for the team, and you're going to eat this roast potato, so that can withdraw him from all that temptation.
But he's also like, all I want is bloody pizza. Oh, yeah. And he said, what is it? What is it? You're gonna. He says when he gets to 95 kilos, he can have a pizza because he hasn't had a pizza in 6 weeks? 6 weeks.
95 kilos.
If he gets to 95 kilos,
yeah,
he's saying he's giving him a bit of a cheat day and he can have pizza.
That's fair enough. Well, I'm only 92 kilos, so I can have pizza now.
No, Dad doesn't 92 kilos, smell.
in fact, I had pizza for tea last night.
You had pizza for tea last night?
Yeah, it wasn't a very good one, but it was better than no pizza at all.
Yeah, see, what was it you've decided? So basically, Henry's decided, I think he's going to have a cheat day at some point, and he's going to have a full English fried breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
Followed by, what did you say you wanted for lunch, was it? Or was it, there was something else I think, and then it was going to be like a monstrous pizza for tea.
You've got to have something at least once a month to look forward to.
I think it's a case of, because he was 103 kilos, and he's down to 97 now.
That's not too bad.
In how many weeks, Henry? 4.5, 5 weeks.
Yeah, but being shut down because he's not.
You're always at home, Ian.
Yeah, he's not sailing or anything, is he? So.
No, but he's still losing the weight.
You don't go anywhere. You're here all the time.
Well, you have to. Yeah, but this is my work is here, isn't it?
I know.
Your mother's complaining now because I never leave.
Because you never leave. Mum's just like, please.
Yeah, why don't you go away and not come back? I think she likes me really. She keeps feeding me anyway, so if she didn't like me, she would feed me.
She looked at you in a way that said, no,
yeah,
Ian.
yeah. I got that why don't you piss off look about her. So, and why are you still here? Well, of course, normally now I'd be over at Mother and Father's, wouldn't I?
Yeah. How are Granny and Grandad? I think you haven't seen them for a while, but
I saw Grandad the other day because I had to take Mother's wheelchair over because her wheelchair was in one of the cabins here.
Oh yeah.
And they wanted to get her out for a bit of fresh air, just so that the carer could take her up and down the road a little bit. So they wanted her wheelchair, so I had to take that over. So what we did is I met him over at the barn site.
Yeah.
So it was a case of really scrub my hands and wash up, then disinfect my hands, load up the wheelchair, take it over there. Then I got the disinfectant stuff in my van, disinfect again, take the wheelchair out, then leave it by Dad's truck,
Yeah.
and then go away. So we could. So I did have a chat with him that it's all happening with the bar, and we're all trying to sort out the electrics and the water and the drainage now. So we found out where we can drain to. We know where the water's coming from. We know where the electric's coming from.
Oh, great.
So we kind of, hopefully, because of course he was hoping to have his 80th birthday party in the barn.
Yeah.
But that ain't going to happen because we're still going to be on lockdown.
Can we have it later on in the summer?
Well, it depends
Just
on
a
where.
belated
Depends
one.
on. Hey? Don't think it's going to happen this year, to be honest, darling. I think it's a case of, we're on lockdown and it ain't going to happen. So,
Yeah.
so he'll have to have his 81st birthday in there, so.
Yeah,
By which time
and I
I'll
mean,
have it full of stuff.
And it'll be, well, yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like anyone planned for it, is it?
No. We just need to get this thing built now, so.
I mean, how far along is it? Like 50%? Or...
Good Lord, no, we've only got the groundwork done. In fact,
is the groundwork done, is it?
All we've done is scrape the topsoil off and put a hard surface down. So now, if it gets wet, they can carry on. So if it got really wet now, they've got a surface. They've got to roll it, which I think they're doing Tuesday. Hello, blue tit. So yeah, I think they're going to start putting the holes in for the legs next week. And as soon as the frame's up, then they can start banging it up then. So.
Are you using that company that we saw at Lama?
No. No. We're using. We got recommendations from a few local farmers from about these people. So we went with it. We looked at it. We invited 3 tenders. Everybody else was dragging their feet. They came back. It was a lot of money, but we had lots of good feedback. So we said, right, get on and do it, because we didn't have the time to piss about with it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
And I think it's one of those things is if you want to get something done this year, if you've got the chance, you take the choice and you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but, anyhow, I'm going to go and do something more interesting now.
Oh,
I don't know what.
Right, I see.
I'll have to think of whatever it is, but I'm sure.
You're going to go stand in your field.
Yes, I'm going to be a man out standing in my field. But,
Alright then, well, I would say it was nice to speak to you, but actually you've been a bit of an arse.
Well, I've recorded 22 minutes of you speaking to me, so I'm sure I can get about 30 seconds out of this.
Oh, thanks. Nice to know I'm only worth 30 seconds.
Yes, 30 seconds, yes. So, but,
Henry just texted me, Henry just said to me, we do a lot in 30 seconds.
yeah, you'd be surprised. Yeah.
Dirty bugger.
Anyway, love, it's been a pleasure speaking to you as always.
As always, yes.
And I should look forward.
To...
I should look forward to you coming to the farm and doing some actual work. That'd be nice.
I'm going to go and do what you told me I'm going to do. I'm going to go in my phone and go mine. Here's a Mars bar.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Well, on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will speak to you later or tomorrow or whenever.
Yep, either later or tomorrow, alright?
Yeah, I might even save Henry a chocolate eclair.
Dad says he might save you a chocolate eclair, Henry. He's gone, at me.
Yeah. Oh, has he gone all queer? Has he gone all queer?
He did that the other day when I came back with a bag of, well, yeah, I brought back some beer and he went, like that. And what was the other thing? Oh, it was that porridge, wasn't it? I bought him some porridge.
Yeah.
He got all very excited about porridge.
Well, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. Alright, then I'll leave you to it then, Dad.
Alright, see you later then, love.
Alright then, love you lots.
And you, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That's enough of that. So, welcome back to another Cooking with Holly in the kitchen. And what are we making, Halls?
Chocolate eclairs.
What are we making, Halls?
Chocolate eclairs.
Why are we making chocolate eclairs?
Because you won't start talking about bloody chocolate eclairs.
Well, I like chocolate eclairs.
I know you do.
So,
Yeah.
so you're going to tell people what you're doing. Because I haven't got a clue. All I know about chocolate eclairs is how to enjoy them.
Right.
So you're going to tell folks what you're doing.
So
From this book. What book are you using?
I'm using Meringue Girls.
Meringue Girls?
Yes, but
They sound nice.
Dad, behave yourself.
No.